Today's segment of The Next Chapter is presented by Lexus. Experience amazing.
The first ever Lexus TX is here for all the moments.
Hey Lexus, take me to Tahani Resort.
Introducing the three-row SUV that treats every seat like the best seat. The first ever Lexus TX.
After making such iconic films like Parinda, the Munna Bhai series, Three Idiots, and PK, VIdhu Vinod Chopra ventures into new territory with 12th Fail. The first thing you notice about this social drama is that it's unlike any other Chopra film you've ever seen. No fancy sets, no big stars, but what there is an abundance of is heart, soul, and hope.
I believe you have been associated with this for a very long time. I guess the writing part itself took almost 3 years, sir. You could have made any film with any star, but chose to do something so different. Tell me what prompted 12th Fail?
If I may use the word loosely, my soul, my inner self, my better self. My lesser self would say, hey, make another Munna Bhai, make a couple of 1,000 crores. But my better self said, no, make what you believe in. So my better self won, which is great. Not that those films will not be made or should not be made, but this was a very difficult choice to give 4.5 years of my life to a movie like this.
ये जो फाइन के नाम तू मांग रहा है ना, ये घूस है। घूसखोरी कर रहा है तू इस कुर्सी पे बैठ के।
अबे जबान बहुत ज्यादा चला रहा है तो।
जबान चलाना शुरू कहाँ किया अब तक? चंबल का हूँ, समझा? IPS बन गया ना, तो पहला लेटर जो साइन करूँगा तेरी सस्पेंशन का होगा, ये बात याद रखना तू।
I strongly believe that should just tell you how strongly I believe that this film should be seen by as many people. Like Three Idiots changed X amount of life. I think this one can also probably do the same, if not better.
बड़ी बात यह है कि जिस कुर्सी पर आप बैठेंगे ना, उससे आपकी इज्जत ना हो, बल्कि आपसे उस कुर्सी की इज्जत बढ़े। चलिए अब पढ़ाई शुरू करेंगे, लेकिन उससे पहले आप में एक लड़का है कोई जिसका नाम है मनोज कुमार शर्मा। कौन है मनोज?
It had to be made. It had to be made. Somebody has to make. It's like, Kamal Hassan saw the film, sent me a video message saying that this film has given me hope. And he said that what happened, and it was a very moving message actually. He said what happens over a period of time, we become so bitter and we look at everybody and we say no. And suddenly something like this makes you think there's hope for all of us. We can still, and he said something very beautiful. He said it's a bloodless coup, and he says it's coming from the producer of Vikram. I said, okay, thank you.
अपनी सबसे बनकर ही लौटी तुझे वर्दी में देख के तेरे दादाजी बहुत खुश हो गए।
हिंदी मीडियम?
जी भैया।
कंट्री के हर कोने से भेड़ बकरियों की तरह आ जाते हैं दिल्ली।
मैं भी बनूंगा IPS।
पढ़ाई के अलावा सब तरह की गधा मजदूरी में लग जाते हैं।
I'm sure most actors would love to work with you, but you went with Vikrant. What made him perfect for this role? What did he bring to this character, your vision?
See, in the film, if you saw, there is a line, very important line, where he says that बड़े से बड़े स्टार के घर गए, and you know what the line is.
Yeah.
Now, why would I take a star to tell a story which would be false? That story would be nakli.
Right.
Imagine a star saying that. So, and he's himself doing the same. Then it makes no sense. I had to make it with new people. I had to make it with people who haven't sold their soul yet.
टॉयलेट रोज साफ होना चाहिए, नहीं बनने वाले तुम लोग IPS ऑफिसर्स।
सही बात कर रहे हो तुम। चले आते हैं भेड़ बकरियों की तरह बसों और ट्रेनों में भर कुछ नहीं होता इनके पास।
Nearly all your films comes with great music, these celebrated soundtracks. But unlike any other film, this film, the music has been bare minimum. Like, I don't want to say a lot, but the ending when the music comes, I mean, I had tears in my eyes. So was that a conscious decision to, keep it as low as this possible, or what?
Yeah. Let me tell you something that I just told somebody from your community 1 minute back. She used the word deliberate. You use the word conscious. Let me tell you, everything in the film is conscious. You use a better word. She used deliberate. Now let me tell you something. For instance, when Manoj is leaving the village and his brother is with him and the young sister and mother, please see the film again now. It's on a big screen. There's one bird far away, a single solo bird flying across. Nobody's going to see the bird. Now that I'm telling you, you might see it. That bird represents that this one bird is leaving the nest and going alone. So even that is deliberate. Everything. Now, to answer the music thing, let me tell you, I did not want to manipulate feelings. I wanted to tell this story as it is. This is a true story. It's based on million true stories. And if you come from a small town like I do, it's also my story. All of us people, like I said in the film, हम लोग जज्बा लेके आते।
गरीब होता है इनका बाप, नहीं पढ़ा पाते बाप अपने बच्चा को महंगा स्कूल कॉलेज में, लेकिन पता है फिर भी ये लोग खाली हाथ नहीं आते, जज्बा लेके आते हैं कि ये लोग भी ना एक दिन IAS IPS बनेंगे।
So for me, the grit is very important. What I want to say in this film to people, like you say, that it is very, very important for them to not underestimate who they are. True. Where we come from. I learned ABC when I was in 5th or 6th class. In 10th, I was doing Ram is coming, Sham is going. I don't know English. My daughter is at Stanford doing creative writing, but that's where I'm coming from. So you need to understand that this film must tell people all over the world that you must never let grit go.
It should never. That's a message for all of us. Doesn't matter which background we come for. That's a
absolutely. And restart if you fall. See, I'm wearing a restart.
Restarting.
Restart! Restart! Zero se kar be. Abbe kar na restart!
Tell me, how do you view reviews and how important are they, especially for a substance-driven film like this?
I don't read comments. I'm not on Insta. I don't do it. Why? Because whose comment are you reading? Who is this person who's saying you're great or you're not great? What is his qualification to say you're great or to say you're not great?
Correct.
So I am not really enamored with the reviews that way, but I am very grateful to everyone who is given 4 stars and 5 stars and what is that, and praise it, because that will make a lot of people go see the movie. And that I'm very grateful for.
ये पीछे नहीं हटते, ये नीचे नहीं झुकते, हार नहीं मानते सर। बड़ा पक्का होता है इनका ये जज्बा, और तुम देखना, यही जज्बा एक दिन देश बदलेगा।
So you have given us so many iconic films. There is a film festival dedicated to you. How does it feel bringing all these films back in theatre, especially the older ones like Khamosh?
Oh, it's crazy, man. I saw Khamosh with Nasir and Shabana and all that, when Kamal Hassan was there. It was crazy. I couldn't believe I'd done that like 40 years back. It was like, oh my God. It's like, I don't think, I don't feel. I'm 71 and I don't feel it. I don't think it. But when I see a film like Khamosh, I say, oh my God, how did we do this? The people were clapping and it was crazy and it was just so nostalgic. But the crazy thing is, I saw the film maybe myself after 30, 35 years, but it holds.
मुझे चाबियां चाहिए सब कमरों की.
This is beautiful.
I have one ambition, which I will tell you because you talk about Khamosh, is that, and this is something that struck me when I was in the film school, that the day I die, if at that time I had thought there are DVDs, well, they don't exist anymore, but let's say there are whatever, in front of me, there's a DVD of every film I've done, from Khamosh to Parinda to Munna Bhai to finally this one, 1942. And the last thing I'm looking at are the posters of those films. I should smile and go.
If you had to pick one film that is closest to your heart, which one would that be and why?
I would say 12 Fail without a pause, and I'll tell you why. First of all, at this time, you're asking this question to me at this time in my life. And this film at this time is completely possessing me. And I feel that whatever chances we took with the film, we went to Chambal, we went to Agra, we went to, Gwalior, we went to Delhi. I actually made a set in the middle of city in Mukherjee Nagar. I had 5,000 extras. You can't do this. It makes no sense. It could have been a disaster. But the fact that it's all there, this is the movie that, I mean, if this was my last movie and I was to go tomorrow, I would happily leave.
हाँ छोटू, सुनो मेरी बात प्लीज।
क्या कर रहे हो?
नहीं समझोगे सीधा, तुम्हारी और मेरी दुनिया बहुत अलग है। चोर की औलाद। कुछ चोर बोलो ना।